Okay, team play hard. Thank you so much for coming on. I guess I haven't been on a team call, like Kara pointed out, since we went elite. And I did want to say something to your faces that I wasn't able to communicate really in my post yet. I'm actually going to make a big post about this at some point. I'm truly the fact that my name gets to have that title is, it almost bugs me because it is nothing but a reflection of all of you. That's what that title means, and I just happen to get it attached to my name, and it is nothing short of all of us. And I want to share the glory with you guys. It is you guys. It is you guys. That me being the 274th coach out of 400,000 is simply everything you guys have done. That's what this business is. It's you are what your team is. So I just wanted to share that with you really emphatically. And then I want to talk about Kara really quickly. I think you guys probably all know she's been with me from the beginning. She has all of my right leg volume. She's been with me from the beginning. And she's done an incredible job. She's been really consistent. And there's a lot of momentum on her team right now, Team Transformation Nation. And I was really excited to see for the first time at Super Saturday, she had a big team with her. And it was really awesome. There's definitely momentum, and she's going for elite 5-star. And she and I look at her team, look at you guys, some of you on the call, and we're seeing a bright, exciting year for you guys. I guess the main thing the main wow factor when I think about Kara, because we all come with different stuff that we do well, the main wow factor for me when I look at her is her ability to hit Success Club every single month. Every single month. 30 months in a row. And I'm going to be real with you guys always. I haven't always hit Success Club. It is necessary to be an elite coach. It's a non-negotiable for me. I take it incredibly seriously, and I'm never okay with not hitting it. And I'm always striving for it. So I don't want you to think Success Club is not a big deal to me, but I want you to know I've failed. So when I look back at last year, there were 2 months where I didn't hit Success Club. And so that's not okay with me, by the way. It's not going to happen this next year either. But Kara's never not hit. And it's amazing. And so I think this call, I hope that she'll just kind of crack open her head and speak to us about that kind of consistency and what her tricks of the trade are. And hopefully you guys are ready to learn. And Kara, I really appreciate you. And I'm going to mute myself and hand it over.
Okay, thank you. Well, sometimes when there's something that you're really good at, and then you start to think about, well, how am I going to portray this to the team? It sometimes can be a challenge to figure out, what do I do? And I was joking. I don't remember who I was joking with. A couple people. They're like, what are you going to talk about specifically on Monday? And I'm like, I don't know, but I better figure it out. But no, in all seriousness, it's funny when we were at yesterday with Carl, and the thing that always resonates with me when he talks is he comes from a place, he comes from his heart, which I think is really where we have to step back and come from. And those people aren't Success Club points. We were a Success Club point at some point to somebody, right? But if you just step back and say, I'm going to help somebody, and then they're going to help somebody, and you just kind of slow down and go to the root of why we do this, then that's where I feel like things just kind of that fall into place. I'm going to talk about my husband, and I hope he can't hear me because I actually didn't plan on telling this story until this afternoon. So my son is almost 6, and he got roller skates for Christmas, and he hasn't skated very much. So today we finally, and hey, being self-employed, right, make your own hours, we got to go to Kids Hour at Skate World. And it's the first time we've gone as a family. Well, I've skated maybe one time in 20 years, but Corey sorry. They're just going to walk in. He's like, I hear my name. Corey hasn't skated in over 20 years. And as long as I've known him, which is about 13 years, he had this look of fear on his face. And it was such a simple thing. And I was like, move, skate, move. And then I started to use the analogy of, well, this is what it's like. It's like a new coach being in roller skates for the first time. I was like, what do I do? And so what, like 5 laps and then 7 laps and then 10 laps. And 2 hours later, I'm like, it's time to go. We need to go. But I had like this wave of like reassurance when I was like getting just kind of the form and feeling sore from yesterday's workout, that it was like, once you get that momentum and once you get comfortable, it's just doing it over and over and over again and just practicing and repeating. So it kind of just made me think about exactly what this business is. The more you do it, the more you talk about it, the easier it gets. It can get uncomfortable. You can fall on your beep, 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 which he did. And I didn't get that picture, but he's a very confident person, but you're going to fall and you're going to get up, right? Okay, so here, if for some of the people that are on the call, if you're new, I know most of you know what Success Club is. If you need to know like more of the guts of what it is, just go ahead and go to your back office. You've got a whole tab, or check with your coach for as far as like what you would need to do to hit it. But just to review, it's 2 points for a challenge pack and 1 point for home direct Shakeology order. And it has to be home direct to get the Success Club. And when I was looking back on my history, and if you ever see it posted, it's usually an even number. So it's 2, 4, 6 or 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, whatever, because I don't usually do Shakeology home direct 1 point. I usually always push for the challenge pack, because I think most of you know that technically that point, though, I mean that challenge pack makes the program about $10. So it's a little bit of reverse psychology sometimes, because if I have somebody, and I do have somebody coming up who has ordered Shakeology twice on not on home direct. So we're going to have this conversation, and I'm going to try to get her to order 21-day fix. She is not in any health condition right now to do 21-day fix, but what I want her to do, and I'm going to talk to her about it, is I want her to get it. If she has to put it in the closet and just put it away for a couple months, then that's fine. But I want her to get it, and I want her to start thinking about it, and then maybe she'll pull out the book, and then maybe she'll see the infomercial, and then maybe she'll hear the buzz. But then if she's like, no, I just don't want it, I still try to convince them to get it. And then, well, maybe there's a family member that wants it, or maybe you have a friend that would want it. It's a really popular program. Is there anyone that can benefit from it? And then they start to think, well, I don't want to give it away. I want to keep it. I want to do it for myself. And then eventually, if they start Shakeology and then they get more energy and then they're starting to feel better, then they start to think about the program, and then they can add that program, and then they can get the results. Hashtag get results. Thank you, Carl. So it's just go for the upsell, as I call it, go for the challenge pack, because it just, I mean, if they don't want to do 21-day fix, then I always just look for the $140 one. If they want to do hip hop abs, that's fine. Or if they're really, really beginning and 21-day fix overwhelms them, then I have them get Slim and Six. It doesn't have to be the most popular plan. I'm going to try to fit what it is with them, and it could still be a more expensive plan. If they want 160, it's like $20. It's just, I'm just asking questions, but I'm always like, no, you might as well just get the program. It's simple. It's the Costco deal, right? But really what Success Club means to me is it just goes right back to our vitals. It's always vitals. It's the inviting, because if you don't invite, you're not going to get a challenge pack. You're not going to get a Success Club point if you're not inviting. And I also believe too that it's a determination of where you're at in your business now and where you're going with your business. And I encourage my coaches, if they're struggling or just in general, to go back and look at how many invites you have had in the last couple months. And as we know, we just came out of a really tough month, but you've got a pipeline going. So if you're, kind of you're stuck and you're thinking, I'm not getting anybody, I'm not getting any sales, I'm not getting anything going through, then if you go back and you look at, because you should be tracking, obviously, if you go back and look and say, well, I only had 10 invites for the week and nothing's building and nothing's coming back to you, it's going to go back to your vitals, which is inviting. So basically, if you're doing that, at some point it should be coming into a challenge pack is what I always call it. But you have to be tracking it. At the beginning, when I first started this business, I thought, oh, I'm going to remember. Well, we're just fooling ourselves to think that we're going to remember, and sticky notes don't work. You have to find a way to track it. And Christina did a really good call on Evernote, so that's another one, a good one. You've got your phone, I've got a dry erase board. I usually write it in 3 different places, because if I miss one, then another one's going to pop up somewhere. So I don't want to miss it. Now, what I do, this doesn't always turn into anything, but I would still encourage you to do this, because you never know, is that on the 3rd or 5th day of the month, I just let some time settle to make sure that corporate has updated our e-cards as I go through, and I send an e-card to all of my customers. I do take the time to go out and you can, sorry, I didn't do a share screen, but you can take out people's names. You just click on the people that you want it to send to, or unclick, because I don't want to be sending an email to somebody that I already know has the 21-day fix, or a coach. So I take the time to go through and look at those names, but it shoots out a e-card, which is already done for us from corporate, taking out the guesswork, that says 21-day fix is on sale for $140. I have had some challenge packs go through that way. They just show up because somebody's seeing that email that they wouldn't have seen otherwise, and they may not be getting that email from corporate. They might get the emails. The other thing is, they're probably not logging on to their Beachbody account. So by them getting that e-card from their personal coach can make a difference. So I suggest doing that. I don't like to send more than one, so I pick the one that works best for me, which is usually 21-day fix or the more popular plan. So just changing my notes. And I heard this from a top coach, and I honestly can't give credit to who it was, but one of the goals for her and for her team was to hit Success Club 5, well, I say 6, by the 5th of the month, and Success Club 10 by the 10th. So could you imagine that feeling? You just be like, woo, woohoo, man. I mean, not coasting through the month, but what you're doing is you're prepping for the next month. So most of my Success Club that has come through already, so I hit 6 already, is my work that I did in December when I didn't feel like I was doing anything and everybody was still shopping, but they started thinking about it. And we are in a really good month, obviously. That doesn't always happen. But if I had not done that work, or at least made those contacts or done that inviting, I can't say that I would have been where I'm at already. That's a pretty big goal, but if you've got your pipeline going, then at least it's something to shoot for. So let me skip through here. I kind of jumped forward, and I do have a notebook of all of the samples that I've ever given to anybody out of almost the 3 years, little over 3 years of doing this. So there are days, there are months that I'm going to get stuck, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at what sample I gave them or what sample they bought. So if somebody is doing chocolate, then this might be a time that I reach out to them and say, hey, we have this new flavor, and that's going to be just a good way for me to connect with them. But I don't know, maybe it's going to turn into Shakeology Home Direct, which of course will be upgraded to the challenge pack. Yes, note to self. So hold on. And here's the heart of the story when I was going back to Carl. So one of the things I think about when we talked about this on a call a while ago, but what would it be like if we didn't have Beachbody and they just decided one day to say, okay, well, this is over, thanks for your service, goodbye. Like how devastated we would be. But think about where you wouldn't be today if that person, your coach, had not invited you to join your challenge group. And maybe you said no the first time, and then maybe they did the follow-up, but it's that feeling of you taking that step and saying, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to work on myself, I'm going to change my life, I'm going to start this great nutrition Shakeology, and I'm going to do what I need to do to better myself. And then just to know how you feel like the first week of the program, and after you're on Shakeology, and then you get excited and you're sharing it with others. Use that feeling that you had when you started as either a new coach or a new customer to relate that heartfelt, like passionate feeling of I've been there, I've done this. I really think that this is a good decision for you, and just kind of lead with your heart really is one of the ways that I think about it. And this comes up a lot too. Another vital, I really think is a vital, is being consistent, because even when you think people aren't watching you, they're watching you. And Carl brought this up yesterday. Are you still doing that crazy thing that you do, that beach body thing, or still drinking that shake or whatever you do? Because you are staying in it. You are in it for the long haul, and people want to know, oh, wow, they're still doing that. I would have thought they would have put that to the wayside, or it was just a fad or a trend, but we're still here. So if you're posting about your workout and you're posting about Shakeology, and then you're not posting, or you're not being consistent, and then you're back, it's hard for your business, and it's hard for your followers to kind of stay with you on your journey. And even if you're saying, oh my gosh, today sucked and I had to do the modifications and I was so sore from this crazy master trainer workout that we did yesterday that I had to do all the modifications, I still did my hammer and chisel. I still did it. And I was whining the whole time. So I was glad I was home by myself. But I should post that. I was whining, but I did it, and I'm done. Because it's just being real. I mean, you could have just said, oh gosh, I'm so sore. Nobody cares. I'm not going to do this. But they do care. I really think they do care. And then, of course, there's always corporate. Corporate wants us to, succeed so they can succeed. But they really are good at rewarding us. Oh, yeah, see. So I think some of you probably, Katia can't see this, but she has one of these, and Ellen has a coffee cup. So Success Club 5, you go in and you choose these cool things. So I take this to all of my classes. So I'm like sitting it down. Oh, did you know that I'm a coach? I mean, I don't know if anybody reads it, but it's there, and it's free advertising. So there's this, and there's all sorts of things. My Sagi bobblehead's on my way to match Shalene and Tony's bobblehead. But here's the cool thing. My Success Club cruise that I'm going on hopefully, and Ellen's going on too, was paid for with my Success Club points from last year. And I was on the waiting list. I was 200-300 down, and then in early part of the year, February or March, I got bumped, and I got the note that said you're off the waiting list, and then I registered, and I didn't know for sure if I was going to go, and I'm still not 100% sure, but I thought, what's $300? I mean, so now I pay for my airfare in expenses and maybe a motel, but everything on that ship is paid for. So that's a little reward. And then, not really knowing, just doing what I was doing, we got bumped to early registration for the next Success Club trip. So they are rewarding us for doing good things and really, again, helping people. And then I was talking to Dory about this, a lot of beach body talk in the last couple of days in the car, but to not focus on the price of the challenge packs and to focus on the benefits of the challenge pack. And I always go back to Beachbody. One of the things I love is the exercise and the nutrition and the peer support, because nobody else offers that. But I talk to them when I'm asking somebody questions and I'm listening the best I can. One of the last things that I get to is the price, because I want them to start thinking about, okay, I think I'm ready for this. I could fit this into my day. I start talking to them about their routine, when they're going to do it, so they can start committing to these small, like, life changes. But I talk about how Shakeology has helped me, how it's helped coaches, and testimonials. But I'm not going to the price until the very, very end, because we want to sell them the whole package. And price might still be an objection. But when I told a friend the other day that it was $140 for a 21-day fix, she told me she was paying over $100 a week for this pure protein plan that she was on. And I didn't know if she was going to have an objection. But when I said that, she went, "Oh my gosh, that's nothing." Well, that doesn't always happen. But I didn't start with, "Oh, it's $140, da da da." I just went for, this is what it does. I'm going to put you in the group, and all these kinds of things. And you just got to talk about what it will do for them. And then the dollar stuff can come later. And then, I always talk about the follow-up and everything. And if they are a no at that time, I'm always going to check in with them. If they say, no, not right now, I need some more time, or I have this going on in my life right now, then I ask them when would be a good time for me to check back. If they say in 2 months, and then I check back in 2 months, they're still not ready, I'm still going to ask them. I'm not going to leave it open-ended, because then they're going to fall off my radar, for one. And I don't want to lose them, because I've actually had somebody order almost 3 years after I gave her for sample of Shakeology. So you just don't know. You just don't know. And for those of you that know, it's Lonnie from Zumba. So, and she loves it and she's doing great. But I didn't see that one coming, but I was just always following up with her. And when we met with Doug and Joe, Ellen and I were talking in the car on the way up there that we're going to hear a recurring theme, and that recurring theme, of course, is recruiting, and that's a totally different call. But it still goes back to Success Club, which is still obviously inviting. It's part of one of the vitals, because Ellen couldn't have gotten to Elite without Success Club. Her doing it and her coaches doing that, and then you aren't going to be able to get to Success Club. You're not going to be able to get to Elite or Premier, whatever you're shooting for, without hitting Success Club and then teaching your coaches to hit Success Club. So the duplication is so important, especially if you have those big, hairy, audacious goals. And so it's important to duplicate that, and it is hard. And Ellen and I talked about this, and it's not fun to talk about the not so sexy things of for me personally, I've been very consistent at hitting Success Club, but I haven't been able to really teach my team how to do that really efficiently. There's a few exceptions to that rule, and I have a lot of discount coaches and not so many necessarily team builders yet. We're growing, as Ellen said, but so I have to take a moment and reflect on myself and say, what am I doing that is not causing that duplication, or what can I do? Because if you really break it down, like we say, and they're always reminding us, it's just 3 people every month. So if you're doing a big chunk of inviting, 3 people isn't very many people. It's just slowing down and not getting overwhelmed and just doing what we're supposed to do. Just being consistent and being really a true duplication. Okay, just going through my notes. And if you don't have a Success Club partner, this comes up a lot, then get one, even if you're a new coach. And if you don't know what that is, or you're not sure how to pair yourself up with somebody, check with your upline, or you can check with me or Ellen, and we can ask you a couple questions. And I've gone through a lot of success partners. My rockin' success partner's on the line tonight, so thank you to Beth. And I've really grown a lot, and I appreciate Beth for so many reasons, but it's you can just call that person and be, I'm stuck, I'm frustrated, what do I do? You don't have to be, it's not all what puppies and kittens and all that kind of stuff. It's not fun all the time. We have hard times, and sometimes it's like, I need to just regroup, I need to get inspired, what do I need to do, give me some ideas. And then sometimes you just got to walk away and go dance in your kitchen or whatever it takes, just to get. It's like algebra. You can't just sit there and do it and then just be like, I can't figure out the answer. You just walk away, you come back and you're like, no, really? It was that easy? Or you'll come back and you'll have a message from somebody and you're like, see, I needed to walk away. And part of that, I think dancing can be considered personal development, but that's another call. But you can just do personal development. And that, I swear, it is a magic pill in a way. And here's what I thought about, and I'd love to hear your feedback. Ellen, I'm going a little bit longer than I thought. I don't think we should call it Challenge Pack in our little world of Team Play Hard. I think we should call it, or think of our own name. And because I think challenge can be intimidating to people. When I hear challenge, I think, oh my gosh, I'm going to run a marathon. I can't do this. I'm not an athlete, or I'm not up for the challenge. But maybe we should call it, we're going to get you started on your new journey packet, or wow, I'm a coach packet, or something cheesy like that, or the new you packet, or I have no excuse packet, or the self-care package, or something. Just because challenge pack just sounds, I don't know. I just think we as coaches are like the only people that know what a challenge pack is, or a challenge group is. So I was thinking that maybe after we posted the replay, people could shoot their little, what did you think when you got your challenge pack? What was something that comes to mind? Or maybe just make a big heart on it. I don't know. Let's see. And so, yeah, basically don't make Success Club more complicated than it is. Success Club equals helping people, which equals more people helping people, which equals helping people. So see, it's not that complicated. So anyway, Ellen, thank you for the nice introduction and for having me as your guest. And that is all I have.
Well, I have a lot to say about all of that. That was excellent, and I actually have some questions for you that I would like you to answer as well. And then there was some things that you brought up that I think, Bobby, I'd love for you to touch on, based on things you and I have talked about and things Trina said at your Super Saturday and stuff like that. And you need to redeem your coffee mug. Let's see. I was taking notes. Let's see. I had so much to say. Success starters. One thing for you guys to just remember is that Beachbody has a program called Success Starters, so that our new coaches, if they hit Success Club for their first 3 months, they get a free ticket to Summit. So that's something to keep in mind. So whenever you are enrolling a new coach, our goals for them are, we want them hitting Success Club in their first month. And I now always tell new coaches that I'm able to enroll. I have a couple goals for you shooting out of the gates. One is that you get to Emerald, but I want your Shakeology not to cost you anything. So I want you to sell 3 orders of Shakeology, and I want you to just try to give yourself the goal of 1 every 10 days for your first 30 days. Right there, boom. That sets them up for huge success. For one, it feels incredible for a new coach to get their first check. I know that's what turned like Chelsea on when she got her first check. She was like, that check meant, that was like so shocking to her. Yeah, and a lot of coaches that I've enrolled that don't end up sticking with it just didn't make any money right away. Not that it's get rich quick. We all know it's far from that. But you can make a little bit of money coming out of the gates, and hitting Success Club right out of the gates your first month as a coach is really important, and it's not that hard to do because their market is so fresh. So I wanted to touch on that really quick. And then I was gonna say, Kara, I always call, and I saw Bobby write this in the comments, I also call it a bundle. I like say when you bundle your internet and your phone and all that stuff, you save money. So I always talk about the value of, it's really the best value for you. Is kind of the way I talk about it. And when people ask me so how much is that 21-day fix thing, or how much is that hammer and chisel you're doing, I will say it's $140. I'm assuming it's the whole thing, like it's with Shakeology, it's $140 or it's $160. And then if they object with price, then I can break that down for them. So I don't know if that's helpful.
Yeah, that was something that I did forget to mention, was that if they don't want to buy the program right away, I always remind them, if you decide you want 21-day fix later, it's $67 by itself later. Yeah. And then they're,
later. I don't ever leave. I'm
not even that good at math. I'm onto that one.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to touch on is about her e-card success and the use of e-cards. They're beautiful. Thank you for reminding us as a team, because I haven't reminded the team in probably a very long time about e-cards. They're beautiful. They're very professional looking. And the reason, why do you guys think, because it's pretty shocking that she sometimes gets Success Club points from sending those out, but why do you guys think that she might be more?
I got it.
What?
So I think it's because she's hit Success Club before, and so she gets those non-Shakeology leads, and those people might just be people who have only purchased one thing, yes, not Shakeology, and so they've never done a challenge pack. They've never really purchased Shakeology. Otherwise, it would have been a Shakeology lead for somebody else, and that's why you do it.
Exactly. Yeah. Bobby, that's exactly what I was going to say. So the reason, so that is a great tip. And I would encourage you to send out e-cards periodically, I definitely would, but I wouldn't expect a huge return in response from that until you're established. And she hits Success Club every month. She gets customer leads. Like Bobby said, she gets mad customers. The last time I looked in my previous office view at how many customers I have, and it's been a while, so this number is probably really, really small compared to what it is right now, I had 700 customers. I know very few of those people. They're because I've been hitting Success Club for years, and not as perfectly as Kara, but I've been hitting Success Club for years. And I keep getting leads every week. Either they're customer leads or Success Club leads, but they're customers that are assigned to me. So for me to send out an e-card about hammer and chisel, I'm sending it to a lot of people, whereas a new coach is probably only sending it to like 4 people. So snowball effect, compound effect with that.
Consistency.
And then I was just kind of thinking consistency. I was kind of thinking about some things that, one more thing, something about Emily. Sometimes, and I'm going to tie this into Bobby, Emily and I were talking about a coach, and I don't know if she's not on tonight, one of her coaches that she signed. Emily chose not to close a deal on a challenge pack as she enrolled one of her coaches. And she could have, but it wasn't in the best interest of this particular coach. And this particular coach needed to like get her son a nice Christmas present at the time. And in her hearing the heart of her new coach, like what was best. And this particular coach had like Shakeology, like back ordered, like back stocked on her counter, like 3 bags, I think. And so really, truly what was in the best interest of this new coach was that she just paid $39 and enroll, and Emily gets 0 Success Club. And to me, that's the epitome of great coaching on our behalf. Is sometimes we're not going for the 2 points. We're just going for changing a human being's life and letting that coach get a Christmas present for her kid and drink the 3 bags of Shakeology before she orders. So I don't know if Emily wants to touch on that. And then I thought, Bobby, I thought some of Trina Gray's stuff that you told me is really apropos too. So I'm going to shut up and let Emily unmute. Emily, what do you have to say about all this?
You pretty much nailed it on the head there. I really feel like for me, it's almost easier to talk about the opportunity with people than to get people into challenge groups, just because I feel like this is such a lucrative way to really make money out of nothing. I mean, if you're buying a challenge pack, you're paying nothing. There's not other companies out there like this where you can pay nothing and get to like make money for your family. So I really truly believe like there's a huge opportunity here, and that was what was right for her. And I want to do for every single customer that comes across, I want to do what's right for them. If they legitimately can't afford Shakeology, I want to meet them where they're at, and I want them to still be my customer. So I'm not going to turn people away that aren't able to afford Shakeology. And I've had a lot of people that have gotten Shakeology later because it's not all about Success Club points for me. It's about the people that I get to help. So, Bobby.
Ellen, can you tell me what part about Trina Gray that you want me to share?
Yeah,
please?
I'm sorry. For one, I wanted you to touch on what you said about Beachbody On Demand Challenge Pack in the comments. And then I thought that when we talked like 40 times today, I thought you said something about Trina saying at your Super Saturday about, and also at the Platinum Edge, how Christine is like, don't talk about what's on sale. And
yeah.
I thought Trina echoed some of those sentiments. Just that, the Beachbody On Demand Challenge Pack, and then that.
Okay, so as far as challenge packs go, like Kara was saying, if somebody wants Shakeology but they're not so sure about a program, again, On Demand has 1 million programs, and it also, coincidentally, as far as challenge packs, it is always the cheapest. It is always on par with what's on sale. It's $140. So that is a good challenge pack to sell. Plus, then, if you think of it logistically, you'll get 2 forms of residual income. You get the subscription service, and you get the Shakeology Home Direct. But that's one thing. Again, that also depends on, don't just think about what's least expensive. What does your person use? Do they want DVDs? Do they want something on the internet? You need to think about that. That's, their needs come first. And so that's with echoing that. And so I've said it before on other calls before. Christine Dwyer did mention at Platinum Edge, she kind of yelled at all of us. That's the way it felt like. She was saying, like, why are you guys out there telling people to go and buy this program without even knowing what their needs are? Now, Kara sending e-cards is different because she's sending them to people that she is not really in contact with regularly. And so she's throwing it out there. Just like, if this is what you need and this is what you want, based on your goals, contact me. I'm your person. I'll help you out. So that's different. But just going and you're inviting, telling somebody like, hey, do you want to do this? I find that there's better success in ignoring the sales and just figuring out what they need. And Trina Gray this weekend, sales are great though. Like, obviously, like, you know, if they're selling on sale and it works for them, like, definitely be like, hey, it's going to be, you know, it's going to get less, you know, more expensive later or whatever. But Trina Gray's talk was amazing. If you guys are not in Team Fit Finances, that's another Facebook page for our upline, Holly Hireman. Let your upline know and get added in there, because I posted the people here in Wisconsin who are super great. I'm a big fan. They recorded the audio for her talk. And so you guys can listen to it. It was really great. And I posted it in Team Fit Finances so it had a broader reach, because there's a lot more downlines in there. All right. And so one of the things she said, and that really resonated for me, is that and I hope this is what Ellen wanted, and it really just changed the thing in my head. She talked about how she views this company as a fitness business. Okay. And I know a lot of people hate being salesy and all that, and it feels icky, and yet they're still posting Shakeology selfies, and that doesn't help anybody. That doesn't help you feel good. So I definitely am with a lot of the top coaches and think you shouldn't do that. But she said that what she'll do is she views it as a fitness business, and she's helping people add to what they're currently doing. And there was a bit of a discussion before it got deleted today about Weight Watchers. And instead of taking somebody away from doing something else, you want to add to it. You want to understand what they're doing, what they need, and what's appropriate, and do that. So she has a lot of fitness professionals on her team and people who like to work out in the gym. And so she doesn't try to take that away. She tries to add to it. She instills value in Shakeology to them and explains that to them and explains the business opportunity for them as kind of a thing in their back pocket to use for their business. So as fitness professionals, again, not everybody, you don't have to be a fitness professional to be a good coach. Okay. Scotty Hobbs is proof of that. But, and a lot of other people, but she specifically with her people, she pitches the business as, look, you're a fitness instructor or you're a personal trainer. This is another way you can help people. This is another thing that might work for them, because not everybody wants to work out at home. Not everybody wants to do these things. And so adding things to your repertoire and different ways you can help people is really where it's at. And so she said that she doesn't view this company as a multi-level marketing company. She views it as a fitness business. It's not network marketing to her. That's just a compensation plan. That's just how we get paid. She doesn't want to sit there and recruit 100 people and only 2 people succeed. She wants to get them started right and based on their needs. Not every coach is ready. This is kind of digressing. Not every coach is ready to hit, Success Club 5 that first month or to do a challenge group. And so you have to meet your coaches where they're at and stuff. And obviously, Success Starter is a big game changer. I got it, although I probably should have just paid for my ticket to Summit, because I ended up cheating and violating rules and buying challenge packs through people's emails that I had and getting my Success Club 5. Shut up, Ellen, don't do that. And it ended up costing me more money buying the challenge packs, even though I got the commission. So they were like discounted challenge packs. I'm not advising that. That's against the rules technically, but I did that. And so that's how I got my, my Success Starter status, except for the 3rd month that I did it all on my own.
What a rebel.
Yeah, I'm just an idiot. I'm going to stop. I don't know what else, but definitely go to Team Fit Finances and listen to the call. There's a lot of great things in there, a lot of great nuggets that you can pick and choose from and that you'll remember and that'll resonate with you. So I definitely advise that. I know it was a game changer for me in how I approach this business and view it with regard to feeling more comfortable about it, because I know a lot of us are uncomfortable with sales and trying to meet people where they're at, and really we want to help them. That's definitely what we want to do, and we're just not sure how to make it so that it feels natural for us. And she explains a great way and gives great methods. Oh, actually, I didn't even tell you this, Ellen. So she said it's like inviting to a fun run. Imagine you're like doing a 5K to benefit something. You're going to invite like to benefit your cousin who has cancer. Okay. You're going to invite everybody and you're not going to care if they say no. It's like, okay, they said no. View it the same way. Don't be so invested in that invitation. Just be comfortable. It's just an invite to a fun run. That's all it is. You're going to ask everybody, hey, do you want to do this 5K with me? It's the same approach, that same mentality, and it kind of pushes that aside for you and takes that a lot off. So that actually was a really great point. Talk to you guys later. I'm going to shut up.
Anything from like Jake and Nick, you guys have been having a lot of, and Emily, of course, have been having High Success Club points. Nick, you killed it last month. Do you guys have any tips or anything that maybe Kara didn't touch on tonight or I didn't touch on about any tips or thoughts?
A lot of mine from last month were people that I'd actually invited previous months. So kind of goes back to what Carrie said about the person that she gave a Shakeology sample 3 years ago that all of a sudden came out of the blue and wanted to get home direct. Those people might come through later for you. So the more you invite, the more you're likely to hit Success Club this month, but it also could affect you down the line. So
I agree. Shebitz, any thoughts?
Yeah, off the top of my head, I don't have anything to add. But if I think of something, I'll let you know.
Okay. Have you guys all heard my shampoo analogy? Because it's really good. Kara's like 400 times. Okay. Here's my analogy. It's not mine. I heard this from another coach. But someone sees a hair commercial for this really expensive shampoo, and they're like, I would never pay that much money for that shampoo. And then they see it again, and they think, I would never pay that much money for that shampoo. Man, her hair looks so good on the commercial that I would never pay that much money for that shampoo. And they see it again. Her hair looks so good in that commercial, I would never pay for that. And then they run into a friend at a supermarket, and they're like, man, your hair looks so much better, and your hair smells so good. And the friend is like, well, yeah, I'm using this shampoo, the same one that was in the commercial that was too expensive. And she's like, oh my gosh, I wish I could afford that, but I don't want to pay that much money for that shampoo. But man, my friend's hair looks good. And then one day she looks in the mirror and she's just like, I hate my hair. I hate my hair and I'm sick of it looking like this. That's the day that she doesn't care what that shampoo costs anymore. But it's because she has seen it around, it's that whole consistency thing and the seeds planted. Kara was saying, maybe it was tonight. I don't even know. I've seen her so much in the last week. I don't remember when she said it, but I think it was tonight, about 3 years later. That happens to me all the time. I mean, the people I'm signing up, like I'm going to sign up a bunch of coaches this month, you guys. People I've been talking to, it's people that these conversations started a long time ago, like over a year. They just need time. They're not ready. We can't make them ready, but we just do what we do. Emily, please.
So, and I just want to echo Ellen's point. Like, I talk to people all the time, and they're like, oh, no, I don't have the money. That's too expensive, whatever. I am ensuring that I'm always forefront on their mind when it comes to losing weight by being consistent in my social media, though. So if I'm posting 3 to 5 times a day and I'm always around, I'm the person that they're going to come to when they do hit that rock bottom moment or whatever. So I have several people I've been talking to for over a year that just signed up just now. So consistency is everything in this business. And talking to people all the time, inviting everybody.
And then Emily, don't you find, Emily, that then they actually message you?
Yeah, I've had several people, and it's, the first of the year, and I've had several people be like, okay, I'm ready, and I've had 2 people purchase challenge packs, just that I've been talking to for over a year. So it's a long game. It's not a short sprint. It's a marathon.
That's a great note to end on. That's a great note to end on. Kara, do you have anything else to conclude?
No, just that I appreciate everybody's time, and thanks for having me, and be consistent.
Okay,
I think Christy had her hand up.
Christy, yeah, I'm sorry.
Did you want to say something? I saw your hand go up.
I was just going to say, it took me 1.5 years. And do you think that I'm not kicking myself in the butt every day for waiting 1.5 years, looking at where this team is at, if I would have joined up the first time that Ellen talked to me about it? So, I mean, I'm just an example, but here we're talking about, you can't take no as no, because down the road they're going to see that it's time and should have been sooner. So that's all.
Totally. Emily's leading the call next week, so be here with bells on, and we'll do a video, a separate thing about Super Saturday takeaways, and we'll be talking Success Club Punta Cana. Am I saying it right? We'll be talking about that in the team page in these next few days too. Okay, you guys.
Hey,
Thank you. Okay.
Thank
Bye.
you, Kara.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Luke, good to see you, Luke. Heather, good to see you. Connie, Dare, good to see you guys. Bye.